Hi there, I wanted to tell you about my cancer story. Began about 2 months ago when my aunt found out that she was positive for breast cancer. And when I heard about that, I said, it's been 2 years since my last mammogram. I really need to go make that happen. So I did. I went to the hospital. I got a referral from my doctor, got a screening mammogram. And normally, no news is good news, but 3 days after that mammogram, I got a call back, and they wanted me to come back for a second mammogram. They saw something suspicious, and then all the alarm bells went off in my head. So I went for that second mammogram, and they had a technician read it right away, within an hour of me doing it, and they said, something is suspicious. We see some microcalcifications. I didn't know what that was at the time, but I looked it up later. They said, we want you back for a biopsy in 2 to 3 days. So it got really scary all of a sudden. So I went for my biopsy, and that took about an hour, and they said, we're going to have results in 2 days, so make an appointment with your doctor, and they'll be able to tell you the results of that biopsy. So 2 days after that, went to my general practitioner's office, and I was expecting it to be good news because 80% of these cases of microcalcifications are benign. The odds were in my favor, right? And when I got to see my doctor, he had the bad news. The first words out of his mouth was, it's cancer. And the whole world stands still when you hear that C word, that big scary C word. And he could tell me a little bit about it, but he says it's not my specialty, but we have a nurse navigator for you to talk to. And so I was only in the office about 15 minutes when my nurse navigator called me and said, hey, where are you? I'll come get you. And she did, and I think I was up on a cliff when I got that cancer diagnosis. It was pretty scary. It was a long way down. And I talked to my nurse navigator, and she brought me right down from that cliff. She said the first words out of her mouth was, you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. You're going to beat this. You caught it early. How early, you might ask? I was stage 0 breast cancer out of 4 stages, stage 0, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I was technically precancerous, but they still call it cancer. And so I had time on my side. So they moved quickly. The day after I had my cancer diagnosis, I was meeting with my oncologist. This is a doctor who specializes in cancer. And he said, we're going to test you for this BRCA gene, this mutation. And based on the results of that test, we have 2 possibilities for you. If you're negative for this mutation, this is good. This means you can have a simple lumpectomy to remove the cancer, followed by radiation treatment, and you should be good, and it should be cured. If you're positive for the mutation, that's not good. The BRCA gene is a tumor suppressor gene, and when it's functioning, it keeps tumors from becoming cancerous. But if you have the mutation in the gene, it can't do its job, and cancer can proliferate. So if you're positive for the mutation, the oncologist says we recommend bilateral mastectomy because you're young, you've got a whole life ahead of you. It increases the chance of cancer developing later on. It's not a matter of if it happens, it's when. So that's a very scary option. So he had the blood sent out for the test, and I had to wait. I had to wait 2 to 3 weeks, and that's a long time when you're waiting to find out, am I going to have the little surgery or am I going to have the big surgery? Well, about a week ago, I got the call from the oncologist, and I was positive for the mutation. And so I scheduled an appointment with my surgeon, and we set a date for the surgery. It's going to be bilateral mastectomy. It's going to be the big surgery. And today is the day before my surgery. I go in tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock and hope everything will go well. But I've been fortunate in many ways. They caught it early, stage 0. I was fortunate to have over a month to prepare for this and to get a support network of people around me to help. But even being fortunate like that, I'm telling you, I am scared. I'm scared. The nerves are really getting the best of me right now. Trying to remain positive and be calm and know it's going to be okay, but there's no running away from this. This is a time that I'm just going to have to be brave, but I am anxious. So the point of me doing this video and telling you my cancer story is preventive screening is everything. If you've been avoiding getting mammograms, if you're a woman, or prostate screenings, if you're a man, don't. If you're embarrassed or it's inconvenient or it's uncomfortable, don't avoid it, because cancer is unavoidable. But the sooner that you catch it, the better off you are, and the better are your chances that you're going to survive and go on with the rest of your life. So this is just part one of my cancer story. Obviously, after tomorrow, we'll do another video and you'll see how my recovery begins. But I want to end again with preventative screening saves lives, and it's going to save mine. All right, thanks for watching.